competition.
Mexico, are you ready?
Teams affirm that they are ready to begin. And we are off. Team England coming away with the quad ball. And it looks like dodgeball control as well, though it's still in contest. And it looks like, yes, they've come away with it. And now England will set up for their first offensive. Waters on the handle for England, over to Malpass. Back to Waters. Avila on the point defense for Mexico. Pass over top to McCartney, blocked. And McCartney's follow-up is good. The initial block was by Garcia, number 11 of Mexico. And that will be 10-0 England with the first goal. Team Mexico now bringing it up the field. England with dodgeball control. Avila passing down, back up, intercepted by Waters. Waters is going to go on a run. Alvarez smartly blocking the pass lane to Malpass. To low to Malpass, it's good. Waters was looking for that long pass, which is how they scored a lot of their points against Team Austria earlier today. And Mexico hustled back in defensive position, but England's passing was too much for them, 20-0. So Avila now passing the ball down to Alvarez. Alvarez to Avila. And the beat in the corner there, and that'll be a turnover to England. As everyone moves back into position, it looks like England's beaters are going to be a little aggressive as Mikey Orridge and Lucy Barrington are putting some pressure on Mexico. And it looks like Rosas Verduzco was able to maintain something in the corner there. And yes, comes away with control for Mexico. So now a little high pressure from Avila. He showed a lot of energy and maybe not a lot of patience in the last match. We'll see if that is taken into consideration as they start this one. Malpass with the ball on the near side of the field for England, guarded by Avila. To Waters. And it looks like Mexican beater will lose their broom as McCartney gets beat in the back, and Mexico will recover. It's a good defense for Mexico and a little bit slow for England on this one. Rosas Verduzco unable to keep the handle on the dodgeball, and so England will regain control. Doug Bryant in now at beater for England, going against Rosas Verduzco. Alvarez, and the pass is intercepted by Malpass. And England's looking to run, and Avila really wound up to hit him for that one, and that's an illegal wind-up. You can't make it a big hit, it's just got to be a poke. So Avila already in the box with one yellow card, and that'll be a keeper down, chaser down for Mexico for the next possession. Malpass getting encouraged to attack, can't find McCartney, pass too high, and Alvarez comes up with the ball after that.
All right, next opportunities.
And that was a lot of what we saw in the first game for England, was these long passes to people like Malpass, to people like McCartney. Mexico has been dropping someone back in coverage every play, as now the turnover at midfield, Alvarez unable to block the beat, one-on-one with Waters, and Waters decides to go the hard way around and finds his mark. And that is a goal for England. We're looking at 30-0. Mexico has, aside from the fast breaks, the far passing plays. They have been good at dropping a defender back after Austria was unable to adjust to it. Alvarez down to Avila. The goal put him back in play. Avila way up top, no one's there, and that's a reset. And Veal, now in a keeper for England, is able to pick it up even though it was a reset. It's a play on. And England beaters managed to clear out the Mexican beaters, and now England will set up their offense. It's a full new chaser line as the feed into Brett, and he... Oh, and that shot looked wide. I could see it from here. It was wide. They were calling it on the far side as good. We'll see what our referees conference here. So the referees conferencing here.
Oh, no, I'm good.
And they're calling that a good goal. I do not think from my angle it went in, but I am not an official. And we'll get play restarted here as that goal is called good, making our score 40-0 in favor of the English. A couple substitutions for Team Mexico now. Roger now in, Reyes now in, Avila pass to Roger, he's a tall target. And the volleyball spike, that looked like it went in, I don't know. Apparently missed as Veal will go the other way, one beater to beat, except Brett was snuck in behind and scores for England 5-0. 50-0, England 5 unanswered. As there seems to be a delay of game as Reyes had not even reset the ball before getting past. I'm unclear as to what happened there. Amer Jeffrey now in at chaser for England. As the pass behind to Brett and the block from Roger, no good, leading to another goal, 6-0. As Reyes looking to get ahead of steam, using the big body, pushes Amer Jeffrey out of the way, beat immediately. And Amer Jeffrey's going to go the other way. He's past the Mexican defense, and easy goal for England. And it is all England all the time. They are strong in the pass, they're strong in the run, and they're strong in the transition. Mexico is definitely going to need to rethink their strategy here if they are going to have any hope of coming back. Nunez now in at beater for Mexico, along with Mejia Vargas. Reyes dancing around, and it looks like our referee has taken a hit, so we will take a quick break. Please stay tuned. All right, thank you for staying tuned. Welcome back. We had a referee injury. Rare, but they do occur. It is a contact sport, so he was able to walk off the field on his own power, which we like to see. We hope that he is doing well. So we'll have a replacement referee in here, and the referees are conferencing, making sure that they are all on the same page, and we will get play underway soon. Now, a quick recap. It's all England all the time. That's the recap. Unfortunately for Team Mexico, England has had a lot of speed, a lot of passing, and a lot of power, and they have scored 7 unanswered goals. Mexico has had several very good looks, but unfortunately have not been able to make any land yet. There have been some close ones, absolutely some close ones, but it has not come yet. They hope to get on the scoreboard soon, and its extended stoppage here should hopefully have helped them both in terms of rest in this heat and also in terms of strategy. I heard a lot of fiery talk from the coaches on Team Mexico's side, which we are seated closer towards. And I think they are going to make a lot of adjustments after the first part of this game. All right, our referees are now resuming their positions, so we will get started here momentarily. So you will see that Mexico has possession of the ball as Eric Reyes, the keeper, number 41, has it in the middle of the field. Mexico has used their reset, and now England is going to pressure immediately. And the pass intercepted by Amar Jeffrey. Amar Jeffrey, one to beat, and missed his cutoff man. The beater was in the way. Nunez was just there, and now England will have a second try at it. And the goal is now good for Amar Jeffrey as he hustles off the field. And Mexico now restart. That is 80-0 Mexico. And now with all the beaters down, Reyes did not see the streaking Orridge coming forward as the quick Veal to Brett connection that we've become accustomed to here is quick to score once more, 90-0. I think England's plan now, as we've seen, is some high pressure on the past couple possessions, and Reyes is going to have to be aware of it if he's going to advance any further than past mid-pitch. Reyes now protected by Nunez. He's got a couple chasers, decides to go to Roger on the diagonal, and Roger, stretching out, scores. And that is the first goal for Team Mexico as Waters picks it up and scores in the opposite direction all the way himself. And that'll be 100-10. And Mexico was calling for the drive, and then they decided to slow up. Reyes protected. That is Gomez. England has compacted their defense. Reyes, hard shot to the small hoop, unprotected. 10-20, and now we're seeing some life out of Mexico. They're hustling back on D, and I think that stoppage helped them out with their process. Mexico has dodgeball control, a couple substitutions in for England. It's Barrington and Sartori to go match up against Nunez and Gomez. Pass to the corner. Back up top, it's Waters. Waters, shot blocked by Roger, Houghton, and Houghton puts it through the top hoop. It was a good block by Roger, unable to capitalize on the total turnover. (110-20). Mexico with the ball bringing up center. It's Reyes, protected by Gomez. Has Mandajano to his right. Reyes is going to drive. Gets blocked by Waters. England's going to pick it up. They're on a run. Mexico getting back in transition. It's two defenders to beat, one defender to beat. Goal, Houghton. And there may be a question on whether that was a good goal. No goal. You want that one back, don't you? Houghton's goal no good, even though it was point blank dunk. So I guess take more care. Our score will remain 110-20. Referee still conferencing here, not quite sure about what. They called the goal no good already.
There's one foul on the play. Illegal interaction. Third dodgeball interference.
Illegal interaction. Third dodgeball interference. That is a double dodgeball turnover to Mexico. From our new head referee, Chris Lecomte.
What's the number of the carded player?
So this is no card,
Oh, okay, no card. Okay.
but a boon to Team Mexico, certainly, as they now have control and possession. And they're going to go on a run. Reyes is going to run. He's got a couple defenders between him, and now he slows up, makes a move to the right side, Fakes the handoff. Guarded by Carling, blocked. It's Mandujano, protected by Nunez. Mandujano driving in, gets it over to Vega. Vega's wrapped up, it's Houghton. Vega's bigger, feeds inside. Mandujano, and it comes out, and Waters immediately comes away with it, and that was a very strong defensive stand by England. Probably the hardest defense at the hoops they've had to play this game.
11 minutes of play.
Houghton near side. Waters. Waters' pass hit as they will come away with it. Team Mexico does, that is. That was Carlos Prado with the block and recovery. Prado slow on the near side.
11 minutes, 35 seconds.
And you can see that the heat is starting to take a toll. These players are starting to look a little gassed. From both ends, looking for the opening. Has beater protection. Sartori posturing. Vega passes down. Driving in. And intercepted by Waters. Was already out of the zone, so gets beat. Now it'll be a scrum in the keeper zone line for England. And they'll come away with it. And so now Houghton comes away with the bounce to McCartney. McCartney smashed at the hoops. That was Albert Coronado, and man, he just slammed into McCartney. Great defense by Mexico there, and that was a point on that stop. Vega on the near side here, protected by De La Fuente. It's a slow, methodical approach now for Mexico. And a big arm from De La Fuente gives Vega an opening, passes, and it was Prado. Prado managed to get it out, and England comes away with it. Another scrum for it, but England cleans up. Coronado thought he could get that one as Waters puts a heater in, intercepted by Vega. Great play, and now Mexico denying the fast break that England has come to utilize so well in these past two games. Vega feeling pressure, passes to the opposite side of the field. That's Gomez. Gomez in the far corner. That's up to Prado. Prado, beat, wasn't paying attention, and that's a turnover. Roll after beat. Ooh. Mexico wants that one back. Coronado really wanted that goal. So after the rollback, that'll be turnover to England. And it's a pretty open field in terms of defense. They've got Vega and they've got Prado still tagging back in.
13 minutes, 43 seconds.
13?
Yes, we're going to yell you at 15.
And referees confirming that there will be a heat stoppage at 15 minutes. It has gotten quite toasty out here. And the pass up to McCartney as they take all the space. McCartney getting wrapped up, and that's a defensive stop by Team Mexico. It was a good wrap up by Prado, and then Vega with the recovery, and another fast break that does not go for Mexico, or does not go for England rather. I think Mexico's kind of got it figured out. And I don't know if it's the heat or the time or the adjustment in play, but after such a dominant first half of this game, England is looking a little more stagnant. Ball bouncing around all over the place. It's Bustos now in at the handle for Mexico. That's a reset. Protected by De La Fuente. Now over to Sanchez de Leon. Bustos. Sanchez de Leon going against Veal, wrapped up, looking for his pass options, stripped of the ball. And that'll be picked up by Elliot Fisher. Fisher going the opposite way, passes inside to Hull. Hull through the top hoop.
15 minutes!
And just as that goal falls, it is a 15 minutes and now heat stoppage. Our players now back on field remounting. Chris Lecomte restarting the game here. And now we're off. Right to left, Team Mexico. And what I can say are very sharp alternate kits with the black, pink trim, shades of yellow and orange as well in the design. It's Prado with the ball on the far side. Has Bustos and De La Fuente. Has Bustos trying to block for him, fighting with Fisher. Prado over to Garcia. Garcia downfield, big pass over, back to Bustos. Bustos running the mile, trying to find the angle, no good. Hit with seemingly every dodgeball on the field, and England will come away with that one. Was really looking for their angle, and Bustos yelling to the sideline, now they're not going to fast break. So, hey, you know what? I like that strategic move. England maintaining control as they come up on offense. It's Hull. Hull to Fisher. To Hull. Changing the play now. Hull down to Veal. Hull. And Mexico really compressing their defense here. Inside to Hull. Backhander through the small hoop, and that is a good goal for England, 130-20. Mexico now bringing it up. England with control.
17 minutes.
On the far side, it's Garcia. Garcia passing back to Garcia. And beat on the play. It was a roll after beat, and so that'll go to England there. So Hull guarded by Prado. Hard takedown by Prado, but England still maintains possession. And it was a good move to try and get a turnover, but nothing doing there. Veal calling out Diamond for the formation. Mexico keeping it pretty tight with a zone defense. Up to Hull. Hull's going to drive in, flips it to Brett. And no good. Beat before on Brett. Hull manages to pick up the rebound. Back to Veal. Guarded. That's Sanchez de Leon. To Veal. Didn't see the beater on the other side of the field, and that's a defensive stand by Mexico. Great beat coming from seemingly out of nowhere from De La Fuente, and Mexico is calling for a timeout. So good, patient offense by England leads to a failed offensive drive as Mexico with De La Fuente coming out of the corner for the beat, and Mexico takes their time at a timeout. Pace, my goodness. Pace has certainly slowed towards the latter half of this game as the heat increases. England still with an 11-goal lead, fairly comfortable. But tiebreakers do have to deal with points against, so they need to watch how many they're allowing the other team to get.
30
seconds!
30 seconds left on the stoppage now before we resume.
All the double first names.
Umbrellas and water being passed around as they get back out onto the field, trying to get just the smallest amount of shade that they can from either side. We'll see what adjustments that Mexico makes after calling this timeout. England still with dodgeball control. Mexico starting with the ball at the center of the field.
Game time, 18 minutes, 11 seconds.
18 minutes have elapsed.
I take back my dislike of the team. It took me years.
On the whistle.
I like looked at it and I was like,
And Mexico will bring it up center, and it looks like England. Bryant was thinking about coming forward and then stop. So England will be back as Avila, now back in for Mexico, will come in. Passes down to Garcia. Garcia looking for her options. It's over to Sanchez de Leon. Shot blocked, lands with Garcia. Spins out of her hands, and unfortunately that'll go to England. So now England will take it on a run. Little chaos on the defense as Veal passes out to Brett. Brett beat, but not before passing back to Veal. Mid-range shot, no good, as they try and pass it around, and Mexico comes away with that one, forcing some bad passing by England. Avila wanted to go on a run, but was wrapped up. And now the ball's just on the ground. Who's going to come away with it, as England finally does? That's Michael Kreft in for England for the first time this game, as Brett to Kraft, and Kraft over the top of the hoop just simply did not put it through. And I'm not quite sure what the scrum there was, as Waters finally grabs the loose ball, puts it through the hoop, and that is a goal. That's twice now this game that England has missed seemingly point-blank shots.
It is 19 minutes. We need a seeker.
Scoreboard calling for seekers as we've elapsed 19 minutes. 140-20 our score. England with the comfortable lead. Avila, and Avila's beat at the top of the key, and so England will just reset rather than go on the fast break. Waters now near side. And there's a stoppage because of a headband discrepancy. They didn't like the color of the headband? Okay. Maybe it's just sweaty. Fisher and Estrada in at seeker for England and Mexico respectively. As Waters on the near side of the field aiming towards center has the quad ball for England. And we're still futzing. Okay, here we go. Slow offense here. Avila on point defense. It's to Low, it's Samre. To Waters. And Avila's just going to be running a lot as he's slipping on the turf, trying to track down the ball, and that's over to Kreft. Pass was poor, though, and that'll just be a free turnover to Mexico going out of bounds. So Avila will take a nice leisurely walk to the sideline to go pick that one up. Meanwhile, it's lots of beater play in the center of the field. Barrington in for England. Haven't seen her since the beginning of the game. And it's a catch by Mexico! Estrada has the catch for Mexico, and they are losing it on the sideline. Seemingly out of nowhere. Our flag runner, we're looking to see. The referees will conference on that one, but wow, that was a surprise, out of nowhere catch. Chance for Mexico on the sideline.
Catch is good. We're going overtime.
Catch is good. Our current score 140-50. And so now I believe we go to a set score of 170. 30 points past the higher score. So quite a ladder to climb for Mexico and just a few more to go for England, but I think either way the teams will be happy that this will be over relatively soon to get out of this heat.
Set score is 170, 170. Set score is 170.
Current score, Mexico 50, England 140. Set score is 171.
So 3 goals to go for England as Mexico has it at the top of the English key. Avila on the handle. Protected by Rosas Verduzco. Dodges a beat, and Avila's going to drive in. Pulls up for the mid-ranger, no good. And England collapsed to that side. There was no way he was going to drive in. And England maintaining control there after a crucial beat from Barrington at the center of the field. Some line changes now for both teams. Waters bringing it up center, protected by Orridge and Barrington. Bill Orridge, that is, not to be confused with Mikey Orridge. Waters to the far side, to McCartney. McCartney, he made sure that one went in. As Avila, and now we're starting to see something that he did last game, as Lowe, and Avila just takes the beat. Garcia with the pickup, and Garcia blocked by Waters, and it was kind of just an ill-advised offense to begin with. Half the team was not up with them. They're still scrumming for dodgeballs at the far side of the field as the feed from Waters to Malpass. Avila wraps him up, so it's back up top to Waters. Floater to no one between Malpass and McCartney. I don't know if he expected someone to make a cut, but now England playing out of the corner. Malpass misses the pass again. Aptly named, huh?
Illegal procedure, illegal reset.
And that's an illegal reset as that'll go back to Team Mexico. I think Malpass was looking at Orridge thinking that Orridge was a chaser. No dice, unfortunately, so now Avila will get the ball in his hands once more. Orridge really waiting for Avila to get out of the zone. He does, he gets beat, he gets flipped to McCartney, and McCartney will finish that one. And that puts us at 160, so it's goal to go for England. Mexico quite a hole to get themselves out of. They at least at this point need to hope to mitigate the damage, as the pass up the field is intercepted by Malpass on the second one, and up to McCartney. It's Veal. Is Veal going to finish it? There's no defenders back, and Veal, dodging that, or timing it with that last beat, finishes it for England. A fine point on a relatively fine game. England strong showing early on, slowed down in the middle. Mexico scrappy but showing some life towards the end. 170-50 our final. I'd like to thank you very much for joining us here for this game, England against Mexico. Please keep it locked here to view further games at IQA World Cup 2023 here in Richmond, Virginia. It's a hot one, and it's a hot one on the field in terms of play. Keep it locked here. Check out scores at quadball.one. That's quadball.one. I've been Matt Dwyer. Thank you so much for watching.
All rest.